Google Ads has changed massively during 2023, and what used to work during this previous year no longer works in 2024. So in this video, I'm going to share with you the Google Ads secrets, tips, and strategies that are going to work really well in 2024 and beyond. Now, the first big secret is we're switching many of the e-commerce brands we're handling under my Google Ads agency or marketing to landing page funnels versus using Shopify-based funnels. And as we go into 2024, we're starting to see a lot of new competitors enter the market. And as competition increases, it becomes super important to find ways to stand out of the crowd. This right here on my screen is a perfect example of a landing page which can work really well in 2024 and onward. So right off the bat, right when we land on the page, we see this very big image, which technically could be fixed a bit because it's not fully visible and doesn't seem too professional. But right off the bat, we see the product in action. We see the smartwatch with this car literally driving over this watch and nothing happening to it. So it's right off the bat giving a very different view of the product. It's putting certain types of emotions and feelings into the user that's watching this video. But when we scroll down, we get this very cool, very interesting user experience of everything being black, of there being a little bit of a description talking about the product, which talks about certain feelings and emotions this product evokes. So this is talking about the future that this product takes you into. And this is all based around just giving the user a good experience, making your entire brand and your entire theme really come alive and reach out to that person who's most likely gonna buy from you. So the reason why this landing page, it's more of like a Shopify landing page, but this on its own can be turned into an individual funnel. But ultimately, this should all lead to making it extremely easy for that customer to actually purchase something for you. So right here, right away, we see the product image, we see the add to carts, and that's literally it. It's talking about some kind of sale going on, which is going to start very soon. There's the product in motion again, and there's a little bit of a description here, which by the time a person gets to this point, they should already have made the decision of purchasing this product or not based on what's been happening in the landing page itself. And when you have a good landing page funnel, what happens is your conversion rate goes through the roof. And when you have very high conversion rates like these brands right here, naturally you're gonna have a very high return on ad spend. And this nowadays, it's not possible to do it with just Shopify alone. But taking this first tip and implementing the second tip along with it, which essentially is focusing more on AI or artificial intelligence based approaches, such as artificial intelligence based bidding options like smart bidding, target ROAS, target CPA, a lot more artificial intelligence based programs, like for example, within tools and settings. If you go on over to the rules section, you have a lot of things that you could actually add in terms of artificial intelligence, which automate a lot of things for you. And this is the robot in effect, just working in the background, but also things like scripts. You could be adding a lot of AI based scripts, which further help your account. And then finally, a lot of AI based softwares, which are external to Google Ads. Keep in mind, you don't want to go overboard. You don't want to go too crazy with implementing all these AI things and all these AI software, simply because if it's overdone, it's going to take away a lot of your own control. And if a robot is in control or in 90% control, well, now that's going to lead to a lot of problems down the line. Strategy number 3 we're implementing going into 2024 is we're really starting to focus heavily on YouTube ads as an advertising placement. And a few examples we can go over are, for example, within all of the ad accounts we're currently handling under my Google Ads agency. Now we're just looking at the video portion of the campaigns, and since late August of 2023 to just November, for example, we're seeing just the overall trajectory of YouTube ads really going to the next level, from basically non-existent to now scaling to over $10,000, $9,000 a day in revenue. And a lot of these YouTube campaigns, they're running at insane levels. I mean, spending $15,000 to get back to 6.27x ROAS, $9,000 to get back a 5x ROAS, 4x ROAS, so on and so forth. So the perfect approach here with YouTube that we are implementing more of is to focus more on those YouTube shorts, because YouTube short placements are much better than just regular YouTube placements. And because YouTube short placements for the ads are very short and quick, well, that really makes it very easy for the user who's watching the ad to either make a decision or to just forget about your product. And this is where we're finding a lot of success for. Our ads are usually less than 1 minute, which are the best working ads here. But tip number 4, or strategy number 4, what you want to understand is there's a lot of more e-commerce brands starting to use the Google Ads platform in general, especially those that are now just coming off of Facebook, coming off of TikTok, and they're really not finding the same level of success there anymore. This means that there's a lot of competition coming in to go after those nitty-gritty keywords. And what that means for you is you need to now go broad and let Google narrow for you. I see so many e-commerce brands where broad keywords like this, for example, if you were in the smartwatch niche, if you were ranking for the keyword smartwatch, that would not be ideal for you. This is the mentality and approach a lot of e-commerce brands are taking, where they just don't want to go after the broad keyword. They would rather go after something very, very specific. And this comes down to the actual ad itself, because you need to make a push towards focusing more on the main metrics that matter, such as the click-through rates or the relevancy of your ads. That's where Google is going to really push your ad compared to your competitors, because majority of your competitors, what they're doing is they're focused on spending the most money. They're focused on bidding the highest, and that is not the right way to scale with Google Ads in general, because it's a losing strategy. You're just going to end up throwing all of your profits away essentially. The final tip we are implementing going into 2024 is leveraging other brands for our own ads. And there's 3 ways you can leverage other people's brands, other competitors' brands, to make your own ads better, to make your own ads a great success. Number 1 way, it's through competitor analysis. Number 2, it's through the Google Shopping listing analysis. And number 3, it's through the competitor search campaigns. Now, the first one, competitor analysis, it's very simple, very straightforward. It's simply analyzing based on what different search ads are coming up here. So for example, if we type in another keyword, let's say for example 3D printer, we want to make sure that we're seeing some search ads come up here to basically do this first kind of analysis approach, which is the competitor analysis. And I don't really see any competitor ads coming up here, so what we're going to do is we're going to type in another type of keyword and just basically go around until we find some competitor ads that come up. So I finally found a search ad come up for this keyword, leather crossbody bag. And when you find a search ad, you want to start competitor analysis by clicking these 3 dots right here, and that's going to open up this little section right here. Now, if you click this little drop down right here to see why you're seeing this ad, it tells you a lot of different things. It says what the Google Ads algorithm itself is thinking when it shows certain ads to you. And if you click this button which says see more ads, it now shows you what kind of ads this brand is running. So if you're in this brand, well, now you can do very easily competitor analysis based around the search ads they're running, any types of other display ads they might be running, what kind of images they're running, etc. And it's a very beautiful way to leverage this brand for your own. That's the first way of doing competitor analysis. The second way is by simply looking at the different Google Shopping listings here to understand what your competitors are doing or not doing, which you can start doing. And it's as simple as just gazing through these competitors, understanding what product images they have, what kind of keywords they use in their product titles, whether they're using reviews or if they have any types of other Google Merchant Center sales or promos going on, etc. And you want to essentially do the opposite here. This is our main tactic going into 2024. For example, if I was selling leather crossbody bags, I see that everybody has a very similar image where it's the leather bag on just a plain white background. If I were to run ads for this, I would source images where it's a woman wearing this leather bag, maybe out and about in a very contrasting background so that the leather bag pops out more. But I would have somebody wearing it regardless of what background I use, because nobody is really doing it here. That's the first way of standing out. Second, I see everybody has reviews here. So to stand out, I would actually do the opposite and I would not have any reviews here. It's a very opposite way of approaching these things, but it works like a charm. And then I would also go on to do things such as having my price be the color green by adding in a sale in the Merchant Center. I would further add in certain raw data into the backend, into the Merchant Center, so on and so forth. So that's just about shopping listing analysis, just seeing what your competitors are doing. So you can come in and do something completely different. But the third way is just by running a competitor search campaign. So for example, let's say you sell leather crossbody bags and one of your main competitor is this brand right here, Fossil. So you want to essentially have a search campaign running which targets that keyword itself. So when somebody types in fossil or just fossil bag, for example, well, now your ad should be the one popping up at the very top. It's that simple. The main goal here is to make sure you don't just talk bad about this brand, but rather give people in the overall ad copies a very good reason why they should come to you and what should be done there. Very beautiful way of just leveraging other brands and you taking their traffic and having that done the right way. But if you're doing $40,000 or more per month in revenue and you need just a little bit of extra help scaling your brand to the next level, go on my website at yourmarketing.com and schedule a free call with me to see how we can essentially work together and make that happen. But the absolute best way to beat other e-com brands in 2024 is to do all the things needed to rank a number one with Google Shopping specifically. And it's not just about bids and budget. Now, I mentioned a lot of these few things in this video already, but I strongly recommend you check out this video right here, which goes over how to rank higher with Google Shopping and hopefully rank number one.